Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news comes from Detroit's east side. That's where a police chase involving Warren police ended in a crash. We're told that a Warren police officer has a minor head injury after that crash. It happened this afternoon at the intersection of East Outer Drive and Sherwood. Our Jacqueline Francis is there live with more. Good evening, Jacqueline.
Hi, Rod. There were actually two crashes that happened out here tonight. The first I want to talk about involved that stolen vehicle that police were chasing in the first place. That stolen BMW crashing into the cement blocks behind me. You can still see the damage, even some oil dripping down on that broken cement block. Now, the other crash involving the police cruiser, that happened down at the intersection. That was caught on camera. Take a look. This surveillance video shows the moment of impact. A Warren police cruiser spinning out at the intersection of East Outer Drive and Sherwood. The cruiser had its lights and sirens on when it was struck by an oncoming vehicle. The officer behind the wheel sustained a minor head injury and is expected to be okay. He was one of several officers involved in a low-speed chase that police say started when an officer spotted this stolen BMW on the road. The pursuit lasted about 7 minutes and ended with the stolen vehicle involved in a crash of its own, landing on top of this roadside barrier. The suspect fled on foot before being taken into custody by police. So again, that officer is expected to be okay. We are still waiting on the word about the condition of the two other drivers involved. Reporting live in Warren, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
All right, Jacqueline, thank you very much. Now, Inkster police tonight make that new information about a shooting outside of the Oak Park High School. Happened last night after 9, after a varsity basketball game. Investigators say some sort of fight broke out. Police, they say the victim, an Oak Park Nova Academy student, was shot several times. At last check, the victim's in stable condition at the hospital. Suspect was taken into custody after that shooting, and we're told that that person does not attend Oak Park schools. Officers recovered a gun at that scene. And finally, the People's House is in order in Washington, D.C. The fully sworn-in Congress will convene now on Monday after an historic battle for Speaker. California Republican Kevin McCarthy emerged victorious late last night to finally take that speakership. Tina Kim has the details.
Defend the Constitution.
Members of the House finally sworn in early Saturday after a days-long speaker saga not seen in 160-plus years. Under the rules, the House cannot do any business until the speaker is selected, and it took California Republican Kevin McCarthy 4 days and 15 rounds of voting to get the job he was campaigning for, overcoming intense opposition from a small number of hardline conservatives.
That was easy, huh? I never thought we'd get up here.
The victory came with high drama. On the floor of the House, Congressman Mike Rogers of Alabama, seen in the peach tie, lunged at Florida Representative Matt Gaetz, who had just denied McCarthy the final yes vote he needed to become Speaker in the 14th round. But moments later, Gaetz and the 5 other holdouts changed course, allowing McCarthy to win on the 15th ballot. He later thanked former President Donald Trump for his help.
He was with me from the beginning. Somebody wrote the doubt of whether he was there, and he was all in. He would call me, and he would call others. And he really was, I was just talking to him tonight, helping get those final votes.
But Democrats warned of the cost of McCarthy's compromises to win. Senator Chuck Schumer said Kevin McCarthy's concessions to the extremists in his party make it far more likely that the MAGA Republican-controlled House will cause a government shutdown or a default with devastating consequences to our country. I'm Tina Kim reporting.
All right, here's some good news tonight. Buffalo Bills safety Demar Hamlin makes a post on Instagram just days after his stunning on-field cardiac arrest. Hamlin says, quote, "When you put real love out into the world, it comes back to you 3 times as much." And he went on to say, "The love has been overwhelming, but I'm thankful for every single person that prayed for me and reached out." Hamlin is breathing on his own and speaking to family members, physicians, and also teammates. Just amazing. And now, of course, we turn to the Lions as we're just 24 hours away from their matchup with the Green Bay Packers. Our team coverage starts right here with Hobie Artigue with a look at tomorrow's must must-win game.
Must win and must get some help as well, but it's a long ways to getting that spot. We'll find out right here on Local 4. Well, it has not been an easy turnaround for the Lions, and it's not as easy as win and get into the playoffs, but still, here they are in the postseason race going into the final game of the regular season against those Green Bay Packers. Our Jamie Edmonds is live in Wisconsin for us tonight ahead of Sunday's big matchup. And Jamie, yeah, it all depends on what Seattle does, but whether the playoffs are a possibility or not tomorrow night, kind of sounds like the Lions are ready to make a statement either way in Green Bay.
That's right, Hobie. I'm in Grafton, Wisconsin. I'll tell you why in just a minute. But first, to that game you speak of, you know, they're just pumped either way, if the playoffs are on the line or if not. Why? Because the Lions players do not like Aaron Rodgers. This is the 6th time in 7 seasons the Lions and Packers have faced off in the regular season finale. Plenty of time to build some animosity toward one another, but Aaron Rodgers has taken it a step farther this season, lamenting losing to that team in November. He also had some choice words for the Lions during Monday Night Football. The Lions have been listening.
I feel like they don't respect us. A-Rod doesn't respect us. That team doesn't respect us. And we're used to being an underdog. No matter what the record says, we're going to go out there and I think we're going to fight our ass off, play smash my football, just because the respect factor. Like, we all got here some way, somehow. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer, but I just don't like the way he's been talking about my guys.
Even if Seattle beats the Rams and the Lions' playoff hopes are dead, they say there's still plenty to play for. Knocking A-Rod out of the playoffs is one of them. This game means a lot to him, and what if you guys could take that away from him? The Hall of Famer.
I think we can, and the way the feeling around the locker room, I feel like guys know that too. So just going out there Sunday night and proving it, and trying to make his night even worse. We're ready for it.
It'd be cool. I'm sure he won't make it as easy this next time.
The Packers started a disappointing 4-8 this season, but like the Lions, turned their season around, winning their last 4 games. And Rodgers is heating up, averaging 200 yards per game. He's thrown 4 TDs in that span.
Everyone knows what's at stake and how it's going to go down. So like you said, we got to just be detailed on all our stuff and be ready to go, because at the end of the day, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So he's going to be on point.
And the Lions have been burned by Aaron Rodgers in the past in that final game of the season, so they have to be very, very careful. We'll talk more about the game coming up in sports. As to why I'm in a shopping mall in Grafton, Wisconsin, well, our flight was delayed 4 hours, so I'm in between Milwaukee and Lambeau. Tonight, we'll talk about Lions fans who are on our flight and all their unique travel stories. They're all super pumped to be at this game tomorrow and cheer for a game that means something. Hobie, back to you.
Jamie, thank you. Our coverage, of course, continues tonight and also tomorrow night right here on Local 4 as we get you ready for that Sunday showdown on Local 4 at 6, leading into our Sunday night football pregame coverage at 6:30. Of course, the game right here on Local 4. And then follow us after the game for postgame coverage live from Lambeau with Jamie and Bernie after the game.
Big football day tomorrow.
Big.
Looking forward to it. Going to be a lot of fun. All right, thanks, Hobie. Now time to check on the weather on your Saturday. Brian Sherman joins us now with a look at the forecast.
Hey there, Garad. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of cloud cover. We actually saw a few breaks for sunshine working throughout today, but expect that cloud cover to fill in as we go through the evening and overnight hours tonight. Tower cam over downtown Detroit. We could see just a tiny bit of that sunrise not too long ago. Shared a picture of that over on my social media. It was nice to see some of that sunshine today, but temperatures have not moved a whole lot. We are still into the low end of the 30s at 6 o'clock tonight. The freezing mark, 32 right now here in Detroit, 31 working over into Ann Arbor, 30 right now over in Howell, and checking in at 32 as you're working over into Adrian. Those few breaks behind that upper level disturbance that rolled through early this morning, there's those few breaks around 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon. It was nice to see a few rays of sunshine. I hope you enjoyed it because those clouds are sticking with us as we go through the overnight hours tonight and into our Sunday. That's thanks to a low pressure system that's going to be working our way out of the Midwestern United States. That will keep us on the cloudy side of things, but we do have some rain, some snow, and some sunshine all in the 7-day forecast. We're going to talk about what you can expect, and we'll time out our next round of rain. Your complete forewarned forecast, that's coming up in just a few minutes. Rod.
All right, Brian, thank you very much. Still more to come on Local 4 News here at 6. Here's Priya.
Dogfight in the D is taking over Metro Detroit, a chance for able-bodied and disabled hockey players to get in on the thrill of the game.